YouTube, members of the reefing community. A little bit about myself. My name is Staff Sergeant D'Adrian Alston. I got indulged with this wonderful hobby based upon, it helps my PTSD. I've had 4 continuous deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq, and, my mind just needed a little stability. I'll start off with a 55-gallon reef. From a 55-gallon reef, I moved up to a 125. From a 125, I've moved up to a 300. From a 300, I got my dream tank, a 400-gallon reef tank. And I tried to stock this thing jam-packed with every kind of fish and coral that, actually caught my eye. I mean, I've had my ups, my downs, fish dying, coral stinging one another because I didn't understand the concept of, chemical warfare at the present time. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that 400-gallon reef, and it was just like excellent. Then it crashed. So the seams broke out in the 400-gallon reef, and the rocks and fish went everywhere. It was more damage than you can possibly imagine. Like, this is the things that I think about in my nightmares when I think about a fish tank. Just rocks, fish, coral everywhere. I lost almost every last fish that I possibly had, with the exception of an orange shoulder tank who later died. That happened around about October of 2016 when the reef crashed, and I'm not gonna lie, it tore me up because this reef tank, it kept me going. Every day it was like something new. My coral's encrusting, fish are growing, everybody's happy. I can just sit and actually enjoy the reef tank for what it was. When it crashed, it like took a part of me, and I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't want to do it. I say the hours after the initial shock, but where there's a will, there's a way. I kind of had to go through my pain and suffering for a little while, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna put this thing back together. Within, I say 72 hours, I was already building this 300-gallon reef. So the tank went down end of October. My reef was up again mid-November. By Thanksgiving, I had a fully functioning reef. It was good to go. It was like one of the things that, if your passion is really in it, you're really gonna do it. You're gonna enjoy what you do, and to help people out in this hobby. I've only been reefing. This year be year 3 for me actually reefing, and I learned a lot from my peers, YouTube, of course, and just reading. You got to understand the concept of operations in order to understand a reef tank. It's not just, hey, let me get some water and throw some corals in there and some fish in there and they're gonna thrive. No, they're not gonna thrive. They're gonna die if your parameters are not spot on. Calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, pH, temperature, salinity, and then you got the millions of trace elements that deal with the stonies in order to get them to color up. But I'm not going to sit here and talk your head off on the initial video. I just wanted to pretty much introduce myself, and hey, this is what I do. Thank you.